Love that.
Look who decides to show up.
No.
He wanted to wait. He was squeezing his butt cheeks against you. What up, Tamer?
Teoscar Hernandez with a grand slam. Holy shit.
What team is he on?
Dodgers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Los Dodgers.
Facts.
Is it 5-1 then? Oh, 5-6. Damn, we're down. What do you think? They got 6 runs in the second inning? Damn.
We did.
San Diego.
Oh, yeah, it's 5-6 right now, top 4.
No mommies.
Yeah, we gotta turn it up, man. We gotta turn it up. Come on, Dodgers.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Let's go, chat. Turn it up. Come on. Stop fucking ram, man.
All right, y'all. Let's get this show started.
Back.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Inferno Gridiron. This is the Hot Corner featuring myself, biking around along with my wonderful co-host, Mr. Dreamer. How we doing today?
Yeah. How we doing, baby? How we doing? How we feeling?
It is week 5. Week 5.
Facts.
First week of buys in the league. We're about to see whose teams are deep and whose teams need some change real bad. You know,
this is facts, man.
You know, I think we're just been too busy, you know, hosting, you know, and all. We just haven't been able to lock in on our, you know, on our actual team. But we'll get right into it. First and foremost, let us remind you about the competition we got going on here for our Fantasy Football League, and I'll pass that over to my man Dreamer to break it down for you all.
If you guys have not been watching, or you've been watching and you're under a rock because you're just not paying attention, we've got some prizes coming to you from this league. If you're not aware, there are 6 different Las Vegas Inferno creators and 6 different Las Vegas Inferno creator or community members from each respective community. With that being said, they are on a team. 1 community member to 1 LVI creator.
Yo.
And if either one of those at the end of the year wins, these are the prizes. 1 life-size Canes Inferno plush, Canes box combo cards, an assortment, an Inferno trophy presented to you by Raising Canes, 1-time tailgate feeding of 10, 2 zip chair gaming. I'm gonna assume chairs, as well as 2 Shure items, and 2 BR Paradox keyboards. So we got some amazing prizes coming to you this year. And I say this year because, hey, we plan on keeping it going. I'm not,
yes, sir. This is year 1.
I'm not gonna really spoil anything, but this is year 1. Okay, this is not a one and done league, in my opinion.
Yep. So quick shout out once again to our sponsors. Raising Canes, our premier sponsor, sponsoring the majority of the book, but also shout out to Shure, Zipshare Gaming, and Paradox Customs. Let's get right into it. Ah, man, I thought I had a bye week this week. I thought I had a bye week this week.
Let's go back to where, can we go back to just where you said, I'm pretty sure I have a bye? Can we pull that clip from last week?
I'm not that. I don't have that on me. Sorry.
You don't want to pull that clip, huh?
I don't have it. Somebody, did you guys clip it? I don't think anybody clipped it. But
Yeah, good for
dude, tell me how this man Defy all of a
Has the
sudden
best week of
decides to
his
show
life?
up. Yeah. This guy can't score over 100 points, and all of a sudden this week he puts up 130. Obviously, my team didn't deserve to win with how poorly they played this week.
Brother, if I'm not mistaken, like, let's be completely honest with ourselves. Like, last week he barely had 100.
Yeah.
Week 3 he had 58. Week 2 he had 67. And you know what? Maybe we're just not supposed to be the one. You know, maybe that's why we are hosting, because his only 2 wins are me and you. I'm gonna be
honestly, I feel like he only plugs his players in when he's playing against us. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody decides to have their best game against us all of a sudden. What's up, Tug? What's up, Havoc?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. The funny part is, if I play him this week, I beat him. If I play damn near anybody else in the league this week, except for a couple choice individuals, I win. So
that was it was rough though, man. I mean, plug and play Joe Flacco putting up 34 points. 34 points.
Got FBI Tugboat in the house. What's up, baby? How you doing?
Yeah, we got Tug up in here. We got Hav. We got Tamer here. We got Defy. What do you guys say about this, man? What do you guys say about this, man? DeAndre
I'm gonna be
Swift
honest.
popping out
Like,
back-to-back
plugging in
weeks.
Joe Flacco for 34 is crazy.
Yeah, I mean Joe Flacco's balling his 2 stars, but I mean like 34 though. Come on, man.
Oh, dude, in a couple of my leagues, I put in Josh Downs. I already knew he was gonna be slinging that shit.
Double the points of Mr. Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT. Man, I don't know what's going on over here. And then over on my side, you know, I got Travis Etienne, who, you know, you got Bigsby vulturing all his touchdowns and just outperforming him. You know, we'll talk about Bigsby a little bit later, but you know,
the FIU Liberty game is great.
Man.
Is it fantastic? I gotta go check in on that. I mean, Josh Jacobs doing, you know, minimal Josh Jacobs things. We kind of expect him to do.
He got his first touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, yeah, he did get his first touchdown. DeAndre Swift showing up for not only 1 week last week, but a 2nd week in a row. We gotta love that from the boy Swift. Ayuk finally deciding to attempt to earn.
He had over 100 yards receiving in the first half. He, you know, all of a sudden.
Dude, I mean, 8 for 12, 147 yards. I mean,
nice, Doug.
Yeah, give it to the kid. Honestly, like, just having Miami receivers is a little difficult. I say that after making the trade for Tyreek Hill last week. But, you know, Waddle is obviously in a different boat, like 4 for 8, 46 yards. That's not horrible, but it's like, you add a touchdown to that, you get something a little more, but you got to have a quarterback.
I know. Kyle Pitts is, he's been proven to be one of the top tight ends so far this season. He's been pretty consistent.
Has he
so
though?
far.
Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, he had 4 in week 2, 8 in week 3, and 0 in week 4.
My bad. Well, I just remember him having double digits before as well. Anyways, he's
he's outside the top 10 in tight ends.
Top
right
11. Now. He's a top 11 tight end, by the way. You know, but you know, he's a top 5 for the week, of course, against me. We got Jordan Addison there. You know, nothing to talk about there. Aubrey. Doing Aubrey things, you know, just, you know, how about that Cowboys game? How did you feel about that game? Did you believe in your team on that final drive, or did you think that you guys were going to lose?
And I bleed blue and silver. Everybody knows that I'm not a delusional Cowboys fan, but every Cowboys fan is delusional in some way, shape, or form. Okay. I believed in us. Look, I expected a screw up somewhere. I very much did. As a Cowboys fan, you kind of just you bet on the screw up at some point. And when it comes down to it, you know, 2 minutes left, and we've got, you know, a little bit of something rolling. The only thing that I was trying to stay away from is, don't turn the ball over in the red zone again. And also, somebody block TJ Watt, please. But when we got down to it, man, and he chose Tolbert, you know, especially, I don't know if you're watching the game, but Tolbert literally came out of the game.
He got hurt like right before,
He hurt his hand.
That was a hell of a catch, though. He got smacked across his arms and still held on to the ball for that touchdown.
Shout out to Mike McCarthy for turning around and calling that timeout to give him the time to stay in the game. And, you know, it is what it is. Number 2, put a 2 in the chat if Tamer's overrated. Let's go ahead and spam it with 2s really quick.
Tamer, you know, he is undefeated. He is undefeated. I thought I was actually looking pretty decent, you know, when he started the week. I mean, obviously he had Kyle Pitts putting up 14 points, but then Tampa Bay defense putting up -1. I was like, okay, this looks like the Defy I know. And then, you know, my team just didn't come around. I am happy though with my Kareem Hunt pickup, even though I had him on my bench. He's looking like a nice pickup for me. Dallas Cowboys putting up points for once. That was nice too. The rest of my team just didn't show up though. Travis Kelce, I thought Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes were going to get hot. They looked good in the first half. Kelce was catching everything. He had like 7 receptions in the first half alone, and then just kind of simmered away as they pulled away from
I mean,
the
if he
Saints
could have
there.
added a touchdown to that, you would have had 20 plus, to be honest.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes didn't throw a single touchdown either.
Not a single one after putting
yeah.
the ball in the air 28 times or 39 times, completing
Yeah.
28 of 331 yards with no touchdown. It's crazy.
I would say I am a little worried about my boy Zach Moss. We got Chase Brown outperforming him over there in Cincy, and you know, I see a questionable tag on him. I'm not even gonna open it up. I mean, I don't want to know.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'd be a little worried about ETN too. Bigsby's getting half the carries over there.
Yeah, no, definitely. Both of my
actually, weirdly enough,
runbacks.
ETN got 6 carries.
He only had 6 carries. Yeah,
and if I'm not mistaken, when I went to Bigsby earlier, Bigsby got
he got more.
10.
13.
No, he got 13 carries for 101 yards.
He was the hot hand.
touchdowns.
I mean, he was running the ball. ETN's not looking good. He did make up for some of his points via PPR, you know, catching 6 passes out of 7 targets for 43 yards. So I mean, there's a little silver lining there, but man, yeah, I'm hurting, man. Somebody needs to trade me. Or else I'm gonna, you know,
I mean,
I did have a Monra on a buy though, and Tony Pollard. So I mean, you know, I feel kind of good with Tony Pollard and Kareem Hunt going in my starting lineup next week, along with a Monra. You know, I don't expect DK Metcalf to have a shit of a game that he did against the Giants this week either. We got Jaden Reed. My team's not bad; they're just underperforming.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of a rough week, but I see a bounce back for you, and honestly, like, as much as you can look at Defy's team and go, okay, that's sustainable, they haven't been all year. So is it really sustainable? I mean, Flacco goes
sustainable against me
this week. Yeah, chances are Flacco goes back on the bench this week. Richardson comes back in. DeAndre Swift, as much as I love him and I want him to do something, do I see what he's doing right now being sustainable? I don't see them giving him the ball 20 times a game every game. Especially coming up. I mean, he's got Jacksonville, then he goes into a bye. He's got Washington, Arizona, New England, Green Bay. I mean, he doesn't have the hardest schedule in the world.
Who are we talking about?
Up until talk about DeAndre Swift.
Oh, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, they don't have the most difficult schedule in the world up until maybe week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
I'm not getting that far ahead. I need to win now, man. I need to win now. We're 1-4. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is terrible news. I feel like I'm grasping for air. We got Mythical in the chat asking if he should pick up Darnell Mooney or Wan'Dale Robinson.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna lean towards Darnell Mooney. Wan'Dale Robinson's gonna be consistent, but Mooney has a big play option, especially because, in my opinion, Kirk Cousins is still trying to figure out who's his number 1 over there. I know everybody thinks that Drake London's supposed to be the number 1. I am highly sold on Mooney, especially after 16 targets last game against Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay is not bad. They're coming up against Carolina, which Carolina's defense is pretty lackluster. So, but I mean, Robinson's been the most consistent. I see more big play value out of Darnell Mooney.
Definitely the better quarterback to have is on Atlanta. Not to shout at Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones actually been balling out kind of lately, but you know, you got Malik Neighbors is number 1 over there. You got Drake London, you know, supposed to be number 1 over in Atlanta, but Atlanta's more often than not going to be throwing the ball more than New York, I feel. So I would, I'd probably go with Mooney.
Oh man, they're leaning Malik Neighbors. I mean, he's getting 15 targets a game every game. So you want to lean towards the higher value, you know, who's going to split the touches rather than the, you know, is Wan'Dale going to touch the ball, right? So
yeah, Wan'Dale's pretty safe though. His ceiling isn't as high as Darnell's though, I feel.
Yeah, the one thing that you can really like lean on, in my opinion, is like Daniel Jones is going to screw up. Is Kirk Cousins going to screw up is the question. You know what I mean? I've got more faith in Kirk Cousins than I do Danny Dickhead over here, to be honest.
Danny Dickhead. Hey man, pivots in the chat, man. Don't be talking about my man's team like that. All right, let's head over to Mr. Dasso versus Mr. Havoc. Havoc's I feel like kind of like the surprise of the league so far, actually, more so than Tamer in my opinion.
I mean, Havoc's just getting the consistency, in my opinion. I mean, he doesn't have a crazy quarterback. Purdy's been just kind of
mid,
middle of the pack in it.
12,
12 ranked quarterback in the league. Derrick Henry had in my opinion, mid-tier game for him.
If he didn't get that rush in OT, honestly, he was going to shoot below his projected. He had that 50-yard rush to set up the game-winning field goal in overtime.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's putting him in a really good spot is he's got the number 1 and number 2 ranked running backs in the league right now, technically. Debo is just kind of existing right now. Drake London put up a really, really good game. 13 targets, 12 receptions, 154 yards. He got a huge game, absolutely huge game out of Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft, man. I can't believe you picked up Tucker Kraft because I sneaked him in my other 2 leagues.
I snuck him in one of my leagues too. And then honestly,
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins finally decided to show up randomly. That was just that was realistically like a big game out of Cincinnati. I mean, what Jamar Chase had over
game of the week,
area of 200 yards. T. Higgins had 2 touchdowns, and then realistically, like, great call out of not playing Darnold. He decided to play Purdy over Darnold, and it paid off. I played Darnold in one of my leagues. I got 5 points out of him.
Yeah, he had a rough week. So good bench on your part. Having Darnold sit this week.
You have another question in chat
Julian Garcia.
Julian Garcia just traded likely for J.K. Dobbins. I have Fields, Brees, Dobbin, D.K., Drake, Jake Ferg, and Tank Dell starting. What you think? The likely trade for Dobbins, I like it. Dobbins has been pretty consistent. I don't know what he did this game, but we'll get to that here soon because I know somebody has him.
He was on bye.
Actually, I'm pretty sure LA was on a bye.
Yeah.
Likely, I had high hopes for the kid. I know he caught a touchdown this week. I was big on likely off the rip, and he could pop, to be so honest, as soon as Lamar figures out he needs to throw to a freaking tight end at some point.
Mark Andrews caught more than 1 pass this week, so I mean, somebody got something.
Well, I had him on the bench.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even have him on your roster.
Right? Fields, Brees, Dobbins, DK, Drake London, Jake Ferg, Tank Dell.
Solid.
I like everything about that to a degree.
Is it 12 man?
Other than 10.
It's got to be a 12 man.
It's got to be a 12 because that's not deep enough for a 10.
Yeah. Brees. I mean, Brees Hall. Obviously, we've talked about him a lot. He's been a little lackluster, but they did fire Robert Saleh today. I expect a big bounce back game by the Jets this next week.
If the Jets have to hand Aaron Rodgers the key to the city, brother. They've just got to let him rock.
They have a new quarterback and a new coach. Aaron Rodgers is their new coach. Mythical is asking if he should drop Sermon for Chase Brown. Verify that JT is fully healthy and playing, because high ankle sprains don't typically bounce back that quick in 1 week if it's a high ankle sprain. But I mean,
let us know what your bench looks like. You might be able to trade somebody else out, to be honest, because I would say, like, if it comes down to it, yes, pick up Chase Brown. He's going to be consistent. Sermon is just kind of like
he's a hold for now.
If JT's not playing type of thing. If you're looking for consistency, yeah, go ahead and go grab Chase.
I know, Piff.
But there's no telling.
Yeah. Over on Dasso's side, he suffers his second loss. This might be his second loss in a row, if I'm not
it is
wrong. After signing 3-0. He's also changed his name to Fried Dicks. So it looks like he's hurting right now. Aaron Jones knocked out of the game second quarter. He was actually doing decent. Already had over 50 yards rushing, receiving. Najee Harris. I don't like Najee Harris.
I've never liked
Najee Harris. Sorry. Romo Dunze. He must have had a lot. He must have had a lot of guys on bye. Justice Hill not able to repeat what he did last week. He's got JT hurt. Devontae Adams. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen with Devontae Adams. Supposedly he was gonna get traded in the next 2 weeks, but then I also saw something earlier that they were saying New Orleans, and he said if they trade him to New Orleans, he's gonna retire.
I saw that too, but wasn't that like, I feel like that was a troll, because wasn't that on one of his lists?
It has to be a troll.
New Orleans was on one of his lists, and Derek Carr was literally his college quarterback. There's no way he said that.
Yeah, well, unless maybe he doesn't want to play with Carr anymore. Maybe he's like, we tried it in Raiders, and maybe they had fallen out.
Maybe they didn't. He didn't get an invite to the barbecue or something.
I'd love to see a reunion with the Jets. That would, and with this firing of Robert Saleh, they might shake things up. If they make it happen.
All I'm saying is Jerry Jones needs to go ahead and send a second rounder over there. The Raiders pay half of his contract. We pay the other half, and let's get him in the blue and silver. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if the Cowboys have any more money to spend. I think they're already in their luxury tax. They're already deep in on Dak and CD.
What's one more?
What's one more?
What's one more?
Just send him back to Green Bay, man. I mean, actually, I don't want him back. I feel like Green Bay's got something good going on right now. I don't want him to mess it up by adding
the youngins over there, man.
Yeah, the youngins are balling out. Rock. Yeah. But it could be the Green Bay Jets. We got Alan Lazard over here catching our TD, favorite touchdown target from Aaron Rodgers. Just sitting on Dawson's bench there, but GG's Havoc moving to 3-2. We got Dawson dropping to 3-2. It's getting a little tight up there at the top.
Let me make a comment really quick. Chat, we've got it looks like 8 to 10 people watching right now live, and we've got 5 likes on the video. Okay, if I don't see at least 8 to 10 likes on that video, I'm gonna go ahead and disappear. All right, hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Sub to the channel. We're gonna go ahead and turn up. All right, we're gonna be turning up all year long. All right, let's go. Turn it up. All right, let's go.
His running backs are he got Mason, Sermon, JT, and Mixon. All right, you got 2 hurt running backs. You got 2 handcuffs. One handcuff that happens to be a starter, long-term starter. So your RBs are decent. I mean, obviously, just check. I would hold on. If you have JT, then you need to hold on to Sermon. I would say. And then Mixon, obviously, I thought Mixon was only supposed to be out for like a week or 2, and he's already missed like 3 weeks in a row now. Like what's going on?
Turning into some CMC shit. I
haven't checked his update. I don't know what's going on with him, but if anybody knows that. Aaron disliked the stream. All right, somebody ban him, please, moderators.
Banned.
All right, let's get into Dreamers matchup, the third and final matchup between the Inferno members of the week. Dreamer heading into Monday. Or was heading into Sunday night at least. I know because I checked the scoreboard. You're leading.
I was up 13.
You're leading by 13. Let's talk about it.
I was up. Okay, let's talk about it first of all. 9 for 30 from Josh Allen.
Back to back.
Are we dead ass right now? Like you're quite literally, you're a top 2 quarterback in the league, brother. Like right now, you're ranked number 6. Back to back bad weeks. I mean, everybody looks at 17 points and they go, "Oh, that's not bad." This is Josh Allen. That's bad. Okay, get off of him. Whatever. Sorry, excuse me. Chuba Hubbard, consistency.
Great pickup.
We love it. We love it, right?
Yeah, he's looking good with Andy Dalton at quarterback.
Facts.
Your team is getting better.
In Tyrone Tracy this time around.
Bro, what a plug. Low key, with 129 yards rushing, I can't believe he only has 14.75 points.
Dude, couldn't put up a touchdown.
I know.
They got him to the 1 yard line, gave the ball to what was it, Eddie Gray, and then he fumbles in the end zone.
Oh,
ridiculous! Like absolutely ridiculous. That's where the I think it was like 102-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Bro.
Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, he crossed the damn plane on that. Luckily they won the game. Luckily they won the game, but he crossed the plane before that ball got jarred loose. I know Piffin was probably losing his mind on it, but luckily they came out with a win. I don't know what that says about the Seattle Seahawks, but maybe Havoc has something to say about that.
Yeah, but the Tyreek Hill trade.
Yeah,
I mean, he still gave me 11.
Yeah,
he still gave me
better game for him. Better game for him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Your team balled out. Look-y, Garrett Wilson.
He didn't do too bad. Garrett Wilson.
22 targets.
That was the first game of the year. 22 targets.
Oh my god.
22 targets is absolutely ridiculous. That's where I thought I had it. As soon as Garrett Wilson balled out, I was like, oh, it's a good week, right?
Yeah.
That was not the case. Ferguson gave me, respectable
Yeah.
tight end numbers. Amari
He's
Cooper,
good.
4 for 10, his quarterback's ass. I don't, you know what I mean?
Under 50% conversion rate, just not his fault at all.
Tucker gave me 10 plus, didn't miss a field goal. AC gave me 10. Like, I didn't see any problems where I was sitting
now
at.
your
right?
team is looking. Your team all hit projected except for Josh Allen and Cooper. Everything hit projected, but then you got Tamer over here
up 13. Kyler Murray decides to drop 27 on my forehead. I thought I was good with his running backs really not doing a whole hell of a lot. Pickens didn't do anything. Wan'Dale Robinson consistency. Here's the problem. Here's where it got bad for me. Here's where it got bad for me. 1 minute into the Raiders game, Brock Bowers, 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Why, bro? Why? Be a rookie. Go sit on the bench. Get out of here.
Yo, number one tight end in the league right now.
Everybody knew he was going to be a stud coming out of Georgia.
Yeah.
But, I mean, dude, like 1 week, bro. Like, he didn't even have his top people in. Like, give me the bread. You know what I mean? Barkley's on a bye. Gibbs is on a bye. Didn't have Rashad White in because he's been shitting it. He just didn't have anything going for him, but somehow Bowers puts up 23.
Yeah, and then in his flex, he puts in Shaheed after he's been sitting on his bench, and he catches a 47-yard long bomb touchdown.
Butker gives him 13. San Francisco gives him 4. I mean, there's just nothing I can
play,
do
right?
about it,
Shaheed and Butker, and you had a 13-point lead, so then he won by like 18 points.
Yeah, I had KC, he had Butker and Shaheed.
Damn.
Just, there's nothing more I could have done. I mean, we're obviously going to get to the awards at, towards the end of the show like we always do, but let me just make it known that the award first one says best manager. I literally played perfect. 128.33 points. I couldn't have done anything else.
Hey, is that a testament to, are we saying that's a testament to how good Tamer's team is?
You know what? I mean, I said it from the start.
It's 5 weeks in, man. It's 5 weeks in. He's still undefeated. We might turn him from a pretender to a contender.
Running backs are a way to go in certain leagues, and this happens to be one of those leagues. I mean, he took the running backs and ran with it. I mean, he has what?
He only had 15,
Barkley top 3.
Kenneth Walker minus his injuries.
Yeah, without those 2 weeks, he would have been top 10 minimum. Like he has a stacked all around system, but then his wide receivers that he's kind of just plugging in happen to
pop off, dude. Yo, Wan'Dale and Shaheed popping off, man. I mean, I still don't see the depth in it. I mean, obviously you could ride, you get three of your positions covered. Honestly, the Brock Bowers pickup is probably maybe your strongest pickup aside from picking 4 running backs straight.
I know we mess with the boy, but at the end of the day, what he did is working for him, and I can't hate on it.
It's working.
Can't hate on it. 5-0.
Yeah, and you dropped to 1-4 like myself. It hurts. Aaron put a player on the trading block. He got Marvin Harrison and Rico Dowdle. What you trying to get for that, Aaron? What you trying to get for that, Aaron? I like that. Sell high Dowdle, huh? All right, let's get into our community member matchups. We have my boy, Mr. B. Piffin, going against the number 1 community member, or tied for number 1 community member in the league, Agons. And, he didn't put a bad number 2, just similar to you, man. 124 is nothing to, snuff at, but he got Jaden Daniels going off for 23. Jerome Ford, possibly his last week starting. Thought he was going to pop off. Shows why he's not going to be starting much longer when Nick Chubb returns. Mondre putting up some good points for him right there. Nice bounce back after he got threatened to be on the bench for Antonio Gibson. Cortland Sutton, another plug and play. Not so good. Mike Evans doing Mike Evans thing. Catches his 100th touchdown of his career. James Cook back to cooking again after an off week. Cyber, putting up 10 points. I mean, his team did pretty good overall. Green Bay defense looking nice. Xavier McKinney with his 5th interception in 5 games. Ask me how I know that, because I'm a Packers fan. His team did pretty good, man. It's just, you run into Kirk Cousins on Thursday night, dropping 41 points. What are you gonna do?
Wait, did I just big up Tamer's team for him to say, wait, did Dreamer's team win, or like what?
Damn,
I just gave you props.
Gave you props, you butthead.
Sorry, I'm over here cursing.
No, it's all right. Kirk Cousins, yeah. Anyways, Piven, honestly, there wasn't much you could do. You got Kirk Cousins popping off to start the week on Thursday night, along with Young Hoku putting up 11, and then from there he's playing catch up the rest of the way. His team made a valiant effort to come back, even with Brees Hall not doing so hot for him over on Aegon's team, and it's just. It's tough right now. It's tough to be part of the brigade, the Viking Round Brigade right now. We're struggling right now. He does have Trey Sermon on his bench. He was able to pick up, but he did not plug and play him. But I don't think that would have been good enough. He goes down by 28 points.
And that's the thing. Like, I think his biggest issue is I don't know what happened. Like when I'm looking at his team, right? I mean, Montgomery on the bench, on a bye, okay.
Yeah.
But what else happened with his team? What does he have on IR? Because this doesn't look like a drafted team. I mean, he obviously got cooked from me because I had to make a move.
He's trying to make moves too.
Komet is what it is. Mike Evans obviously in the third round. Got Sutton from me. He's plugging and playing him in the wide receiver 2 spot.
I want to say he has Cooper Kupp on his IR, so that's going to be a huge help when he comes back.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Jerome Ford basically should be playing in the flex area.
Counting his days.
Yeah, it's just when I'm looking at this team, I'm like, where did it go wrong? I don't know why Justin Watson's even on that team.
Who's Justin Watson? Yeah, it's probably just a reach, Rashid Rice went down,
shit like that. But it's I don't know. I don't know. The fact that he has this team and still put up 124 is beyond me. But
yeah, and Aegon's had Darnell Mooney on his bench putting up 30. So I mean, he he could have even shut out even further. But shout out to Aegon's. Aegon's is the highest scoring team in our league, if I'm not mistaken, and he shows why.
Points every week.
He puts up points every week. All right, let's move on to Tamer's dynamic duo, Mr. Sick Kicks, also dominating this league. The Tamer Tots a combined 9-1.
Yeah,
9-1.
The dream team is a combined 1-9.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Soap, do something, brother. It's like that meme where they got the stick and they're just poking him. Yo, do something, brother. Soap has Joe Burrow putting up half of his points.
Sorry,
half of his points. He had 43 points, chat. Joe Burrow 30 for 39, 392 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then Bijan 10 points. Eckler 12 points. Can't get anything out of a wide receiver.
Killed him. Olave was the guy who was supposed to bring him home.
Didn't get nothing out of a wide receiver. Keenan Allen not doing a damn thing over there in Chicago right now. Baltimore absolutely just smokes the points, allowing 36.
Bigsby on the bench.
Bigsby on the bench hurts the soul, especially when Bijan's giving you 10, but you just can't bench him. And then, you could look in the flex and go, hey, put Bigsby over Allen, but who's realistically going to do that?
I don't know, man. Keenan Allen's on my drop list.
He's just lackluster. He's lackluster for me. He's not even dude. He's ranked number 95.
He's a shell of his former self. He's on a team. Shout out Caleb Williams. He did have a good game this week, but it didn't go to Keenan Allen. He went to DJ Moore.
Yeah, but he's not the guy anymore. And that's where it comes from, is in LA, he had to be the guy for so. That's where his production came. Now that you're no longer the guy, the only guy, you're just you're kind of nobody at this point.
And
which kind of sucks.
Tough hit for Piffin. I know he's not gonna like it, but Jake Moody going down, the number 3 kicker in the league, going down for him to add insult to injury. Doesn't get any kicking points there. Oh, sorry, it's a Sick Kicks. I thought
you got 8.
So he got 8 still before he went down. Yeah, he did.
I got 8 out of him.
And Sick Kicks still winning, man. Even with A-Chain on his freaking side. Brian Robinson Jr. has been actually pretty solid. Obviously, didn't carry for much, but he vultured 2 touchdowns to hold his value. I think he's double digits every week. Yeah.
You know what would be hilarious?
Number 9 running back.
You know what would be hilarious? Both these Tamer Tots, go crazy during the entire regular season just to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Fantastic.
It's possible.
It is. It's fantasy
It's
football.
very, it's
man.
very
Anything's
possible. It's whoever's
Anything's
healthy
possible.
and whoever's healthy by the end of the season. And we just got to get in. It's top 3 from each division, right? So I mean, we got top 3 from each division making it to playoffs. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough right now. We'll get into the standings here, but let's get into our last matchup. We got Aaron. Aaron looked like a hero last week, moving to 3-1, and this week he just gets absolutely destroyed by OBG Medic. Dostal's man, just highest scoring points for the week, 168 points put on Aaron. How does that feel, Aaron? I don't know if he could have done much. His receivers, obviously Malik Neighbors out, his rookie team, but he plugs in DJ Moore in there and he pops off for 27 points. He got Marvin Harrison Jr. not able to do anything for him there.
I just want to make a comment, man. I want to make a comment about this Bears offense. There's no loyalty in that Bears offense. You want to know why? I watched that game, okay? Because I've got DeAndre Swift on 2 of my teams outside of this league. DeAndre Swift got them to the 2 and 3-yard line on 3 different occasions. And they handed 2 of those touchdowns to Roshan Johnson.
Yo.
They just handed them to him. And I'm just like, there's zero loyalty.
He could have put 30. He could have had 30 plus.
Oh, dude, if they give him his touchdowns, that's a 30-point game out of DeAndre, man. That's ridiculous. No loyalty, no honor in that organization over there. Absolutely none.
Yeah. OBG over here with, Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase combined for over 80 points. He almost outscored my team with just 2 players. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, his team looks good. Nico Collins went out with an injury, but he did catch a bomb before that, so he's still shot over as projected as well. Kincaid, a lot of promise for Dalton Kincaid going into the season with Stephon Diggs gone, but he hasn't really shown up. So tight end space is looking a little tight. But I mean, the rest of his team's looking good. I mean, shoot, he got Chase Brown's bench, he got Christian Kirk, you got Dak as a backup QB, who'll probably never play because Lamar Jackson's always going to start for him. Just playing
keep away. The fact that you have
away.
Lamar and Dak on the same team is crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. You have to trade for him. Who's your quarterback?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Oh, you got Josh Allen. Your number 1 quarterback pick right there.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
But yeah, man, it's rough going there. Aaron, his number 1 receiver, Malik Neighbors, on a bye, sitting out with a concussion he suffered last week. Your bench don't look deep, Aaron. So we'll see how your buys stack up, though. I mean, you're looking. I mean, you have some good players. We'll see how long Jordan Mason's around. I think there was some update on Christian McCaffrey. I don't know if he's making progress or not, but they're
talking about week 7 comeback.
Yeah,
but I don't know how much I believe of that, to be honest.
Yeah, really. Let's take a break once again to shout out our sponsors.
Yes, sir.
Raising Cane's sponsoring our grand prize for our, our league, along with Paradox Customs, Sure, and Zipshare Gaming, all contribute to our prizes here. Raising Cane's premier sponsor and the best chicken fingers you will ever have, especially with that sauce. Man, I go for some Canes this weekend. I've been trying to eat healthy during the week, but I'm like,
I didn't get any this week.
Can't wait till the weekend. I know. I had to put my Raising Cane's hat in my closet. I had to put another hat in front of it just so I don't get cravings. I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm trying to be in the gym lately. Yeah, exactly. But let's look at our standings now. Or do you want to do awards or do you want to do standings? Do you want to do the?
Let's go through the awards for the time being. We'll do standings right before.
Here you go.
I mean, like I said before, man, best manager. Although I lost the game this week, I did put up the max points possible that I possibly could have. So
you did
nothing more I could have
maximize.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Worst manager, on the other hand, my teammate. So he had 127 points possible, and only lined up 101 of those. Which 127
would have gotten the
that would have won him the game. Biggest blowout, 168 to 103. Medic takes that over Aaron. Narrow victory. Tamer takes that over me. 10-point victory. Highest score, Medic put up 168. Lowest score, my guy Bikey over here not only sub 100 but sub 90. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we're looking bad. I'm trading everybody.
Overachiever. Weirdly enough, Medic was projected for 103 points and
Dude.
puts up 168.
Yeah.
Absolutely overachieves
Insane.
by 62%. Below expectation, Mikey was projected for 115 and puts up 88.97.
Felt good entering the week, you know.
QB of the week, although he's 0-5, he gets Joe Burrow out here with 43 points. QB of the week. Running back of the week, Defy pulls DeAndre Swift with 20 points.
Wow, that was it. 20 points was running back of the week.
Yeah, it's a little mediocre week for the running backs. Derrick Henry didn't get his
true.
his huge dump like he usually does. Wide receiver of the week, Jamar Chase goes crazy, 10 for 12, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 over 40, and a touchdown over 50 plus, 42 points. Tight ends of the week, Tucker Kraft goes crazy with 25 points. I know Brock Bowers was right below him somewhere. 25 points, 88 yards on 4 receptions is crazy.
Yeah.
Harrison Butker, kicker of the week, 13 points. Defense of the week, Minnesota goes crazy on Aaron Rodgers, 22 points over there.
3 picks.
3 picks.
Including a pick 6.
Including
by
a touchdown.
Van Ginkleberry.
Yeah. QB bench warmer, Dak does his thing over there, 352 yards, 20 points. Running back bench warmer, Soap keeps Tank Bisbee on the bench with
the highest scoring running back of the week.
Yeah, 28 points. Crazy. Darnell Mooney over there on Agon's bench with 30 for wide receiver bench warmer. Tight end bench warmer, K. Dotton had 6.5. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting on 6 kicks bench with 12. So those are our necessary awards for the week. Let's go ahead and look at these standings real quick.
Yeah, so Tamer, the only undefeated team left in the league. How did you do in your league last year?
He did absolutely horrid in my league last year, which is where the jokes. In fact, he was in 2 of my leagues, and in both leagues, he didn't do so great. But
he went from
he's
0
really,
to hero.
Yeah, he's really stepping it up. I mean, that's the nature of fantasy football, man. I mean, one bad year, and frankly, it's all the luck of the draw. Look, we're not the guys playing, all right? If these guys decide to go out and not play the game, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, right? It's
least
all
points
off
scored against, obviously. That's some strength of schedule conflicts there.
A little bit.
Fortunately for me and Dreamer, we're technically only 2 games out of a playoff spot, though. We do need to get our points up a little bit to catch Dasso and Havoc here. Defy smacked in the middle. He's winning no tiebreakers at 463 points for the league, so he needs to just keep winning. Maybe he only wants to beat on us. Do we start playing? Are we gonna start playing our cross community members starting next week? Because I think we've all played each other next once. All right, we'll get into that next.
We do start the cross play next week, so we'll get to that here in a second. But that LVI community side's looking pretty stacked, man. 4-1, 4-1, 3-2, 3-2, 1-4, 0-5. It's like,
yeah,
they're just. I mean, when you got that top 4, 3 wins apiece. Our top 4. I mean, our 4th has 2 wins.
Yeah,
so.
So same numbers since we played each other
on that side.
I mean, points wise too. We got Agon's putting up the most points in the league. He is representing Havoc's team. Yeah. So Havoc and him combined 7 and 3. We got Sick Kicks, obviously part of the Tamer Talk community, also 4-1, 579 points scored, least points scored against as well, just like his counterpart. I don't know what's going on there, but how they got the matchups to be sub 500 there, but that's they're holding out right now. And then obviously the guys at the bottom game scored the most against my boy Mr. B Piffin, 626, and Soap 639, the most points scored against. They can't catch a break. They also aren't putting up too much points, so they gotta work on their own rosters. But I mean, matchups hurt sometimes.
Ain't that the truth, man? Matchups can be a little bit of a bitch sometimes.
Yeah, we got James Hammer Jr. in the chat saying, which side wins? AJ Brown, Chase Brown, Jake Ferguson, or Nico Collins, A-Chain, and Kincaid?
AJ Brown, Nico, Chase Brown, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, the Nico side.
Yeah, it's gonna be that AJ. No, actually, no. I mean,
You like
Devon
AJ Brown?
Devon A Chain is a big.
He's coming around, man. He's coming
Nah,
around.
he's a big downfall right now. No quarterback puts
He
him at
is.
risk.
Oh, that's what I'm saying
No
though. Is that
quarterback puts him at risk. Well, you chose the Nico side, which is Nico Collins, Devin A. Chain,
yeah,
and Dalton
exactly.
Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that AJ Brown, Chase Brown, and Jake Ferguson is a better all-around point system. To be honest,
Depends on to me. It depends on your what's your record right now. If you're trying to win now, you need a top side. AJ Brown should be back next week. If you're trying to stash A Chain until he pops off. I mean, as soon as he gets a quarterback that could throw back there, he's gonna pop up. He's gonna pop off. It's just a matter of time. It just depends on if you could wait that long. If you're 1-4, you can't make that trade. You need to win now. Chase Brown is the now. Jake Ferguson is the now. AJ Brown, when healthy, is the now. I mean, obviously, Nico Collins is top 10 wide receiver. So I mean, you gotta see what you gotta do with that. But it depends on your record, I guess, and if you can hold out on A Chain getting back and good. Obviously, I think, and then double check the injury on Nico Collins. Was it just a concussion or was it something more? I forgot.
I want to say they said a hamstring.
Yeah, so if he's out, hamstring week to week. So it's the same injury that AJ Brown's dealing with right now. So, you got two guys that are injured, but I mean, AJ Brown's on the tail end, right? So he should be coming back. So honestly, yeah, actually, you know what? I changed my answer. I like AJ Brown, Chase Brown, and Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
Because if Nico's hurt for multiple weeks, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our waiver wire pickup of the week. Or what did you have a title for it? What do you call it?
Our sleepers of the week.
Sleepers of the week.
This is that sleeper corner over here.
All right, sleeper corner of the week. I went first last week. We'll let you go first this week.
Good question. Give me a second. I'm sending the trade out.
Hey, you doing trades in the middle of the podcast, huh? What do you got, Aaron? Aaron, what do you want, Aaron?
Just making something out. I'm making something happen.
He wants Rico Dowdle. He wants his cowboy.
Okay, I'm making something happen. Anyways, Aaron, go ahead and check your trades. Sleepers of the week. Let's see. Give me just a minute to
I guess
look over what I was looking at.
It depends if you're going by general sleepers for overall leagues, or if you're going based on, our league particularly, because a lot of our sleepers have been picked up already.
Yeah, there's a lot of sleepers picked up. There's a couple things that maybe people aren't looking at, right? I'm going to be completely honest. And one of these is going to be a long shot, but it's something I want to see happen. The first one, not a long shot. Don't even really know if he's a sleeper, but I can see Tank Bigsby being a bigger part of that situation going forward. Yeah. So I would say if you don't have him, go grab him. Also, another potential kind of, hey, open your eyes. This kid can play, and he's going to be looking at that number 2 spot in Dallas. Jalen Tolbert, the golden boy that won the game this week. Go ahead and take a look at him, man. 10 targets, 7 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown, game-winning touchdown to that. I think he's gained a lot of trust from Dak over there. Mm-hmm. The last in particular that I'm going to say, hey, at the very least, if you don't have a quarterback or your quarterback's on a bye, go take a look. You got Spencer Rattler down there going into Tampa Bay. Derek Carr very well might not play. Spencer Rattler, QB for New Orleans. Derek Carr has an oblique injury. Very well might not play.
You think Spencer Rattler
could be a little plug and play? You know what? I want to see Spencer Rattler do big things. I've been following him since I watched that show on Netflix, QB1, when he was in high school, and he just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for a while. And he's getting his opportunity quite possibly over there. So
Spencer Rattler.
There's really, obviously I'm not the only one though. He's 2% rostered and 1% started right now. Somebody's got him in the lineup. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised.
Car owners.
Yeah, if this kid comes out and just, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you see what I'm saying, Aaron? Like, come on. The kid was a dog in high school. The kid was a dog in college for a little bit. Who knows, man? If he comes out and drops 40 on your forehead, y'all owe me some dinner. That's all I'm saying.
I could go with that for a plug and play, but he's definitely not gonna steal the starting position from Derek Carr. If Derek Carr's healthy, he's starting. He got him going off. Beginning of the season has been a little rough last week, but he's coming around. So for me, I'm not really sold on Jalen Tolbert. If I were to pick a WR2 or so to go in on, I would go with Juju Smith-Schuster. Personally, I like Juju. Rashee Rice out. Rashee Rice out. You don't think he's gonna show up, but Juju Smith-Schuster has been an elite receiver before. Absolutely. And he could come back. Yeah, I think that Juju's gonna. He's gonna. Obviously there's a lot of targets, right?
I respect 95% of your takes.
I like Juju over Xavier Worthy.
I don't. What?
Yes.
For what? For
Mark
consistency?
That. For as long as the receiving core
has not been the same since taking a hit in
What's that smile sneaker club? Hey,
he just hasn't been the same, brother.
He's good. Josh Downs also a good pickup. Obviously, if you're looking for a receiver, you got Joe Flacco back there, and Josh Downs is one of his favorite receivers. Josh Downs would probably have even more upside, but he's 55% rostered, so I didn't want to mention him.
The only reason I'm not sold on Josh Downs this week is because they're talking about bringing back Anthony Richardson. That guy can't throw shit.
I don't see how they can do it other than the fact that they lost. But the only reason they lost because it was Trevor Lawrence's birthday. They gave him a birthday gift, man. They barely won. They barely won by 3 points against them. And the Jaguars, they felt so bad. Like, man, this guy's turning 25 and he's lost 10 straight. Let's just give him a dub for his birthday.
I mean, look, I am on the Joe Flacco train. Always have been. The dude knows how to win. Came off the couch last year and took the Browns to the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like they're putting too much into the kid, into Anthony Richardson, and I just don't know if they're gonna let Joe Flacco rock. I think they're gonna try to let the kid rock, and maybe by week 8 they'll come to their senses and realize he's just not it, and we just gotta let Joe rock.
It's gonna suck because Anthony Richardson, he comes back in. As soon as they go down, everybody's going to be yelling for Flacco. I don't know if that's the position you want to put the kid in. I think it's more like, hey, you know what? Let's develop you a little bit more. Watch what Joe Flacco does, even though you don't play anything like him. You like to run the ball and go 9 for 19. But, let him learn a thing or two, Also, I like Tucker Kraft. I was able to pick him up last week after he had a pretty good game. He looks like, Green Bay doesn't historically pass to tight ends since way back when. So, I mean, he's looking good so far. He's looking as a reliable receiver down the middle for Green Bay there and for Jordan Love. Rico Dowdle. Looks like he's stepping out in front as the premier back for the Cowboys. Even though they have 5 different people running the ball back there, it does look like Rico Dowdle is securing that number 1 position. So shout out to Aaron who drafted him, I believe, and he's been holding on to him, and now he wants him on a trading block. So I don't know what trade's going to happen right now. I don't know if the trade's going to happen in the next 2 minutes before we end this stream or what's going on here. Aaron, no pressure.
You know what? That would be a hell of a thing, Aaron. I'm just saying,
No pressure, Aaron, but I'm just saying, man.
In the next couple minutes
if a trade were just to go pop up on the right side of the screen right now and just go a little, I'd like to.
A little breaking news.
I'd like to announce it. I mean,
make some magic, Aaron.
Make some magic. How about Tyrone Tracy, man? Running back filling in for Devin Singletary. You think he's gonna? I mean, Devin Singletary should be back soon, right? So
I mean, remember, I was the one that hit the plug and play on him. I plug and played, put him in for 15, and I have Singletary on my bench. So
yeah.
I just I kind of rocked with that New York backfield right now. I don't know why, to be honest, because I've always been. Other than Saquon Barkley, and unless you're going back to Tiki Barber and the occasional Brandon Jacobs, I've never been big on a New York running back. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
If you show my team, you're an op. Soap. We've already showed your team, and it makes me cry every time.
Oh, it's Connor. I was wondering who that was. Yeah. Sorry, Soap, man. Hey, you're looking good, Connor. You're looking good. But all right, let's go. Let's do a quick rapid fire while we give Aaron some time to accept this trade. All right, Tamer. Pretender or contender?
That's a contender. That's a contender. Tamer's proven it. I mean, 5-0 at this point in time, you can't be 5-0 without.
Yeah. What's up, Crooners? Should we trade Kamara for Henry?
Yes.
That's a tough one, but I think Derrick Henry is more consistent. Especially with Derek Carr being injured for the next couple of weeks, it might be an A-chain situation for the next couple of weeks where he's going to tank a little bit.
Wait, you know what's crazy, Soap? Let me just take a look at your team really quick, Soap. It's not chalked, to be so honest, because you've got Devontae Smith that, in my opinion, he's expected to return this week against the right? So you've got Devontae Smith. Evan Ingram, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you also have Hawkinson on your IR.
Tank Bigsby might take over starting role.
Pacheco at some point in time is expected to come back this year. Like, if you get these guys back and you start running around, honestly, by the way, give up on Keenan Allen. Like, what are we doing here?
Get his ass out of here.
You know what I mean?
Get his ass out of here.
Yeah, give up on Keenan Allen. Put Bigsby in there. He's gonna get you some points. Olave's hammered. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah,
Chandler.
Oh, wait.
Trade Stroud, Ford, and Rashad White for Bijan 12-man PPR. You're trading all three of them for Bijan? No, absolutely not.
Bijan shouldn't even have that much value, even though
not even close.
Because then you're banking on Nick Chubb, Ford being irrelevant, but I think Ford's still gonna kind of stick around a little bit.
If you want to throw like Ford and Rashad White for Bijan, like that.
Yeah, Ford and Rashad White might be all right.
Absolutely isn't doing anything this year.
Yeah, so, I think Bijan's gonna come around though. So but I don't think you need to throw Stroud in there. I think you could do two of the three.
I just think he's gonna be a late year pop. Maybe.
You cut out
Stroud alone. No, I'm saying I think he's gonna be a late year pop like Bijan is. But at the end of the day, like throwing three of them when Stroud alone outweighs Bijan's productivity, like that in itself is asinine, to be honest.
Kamara for Jonathan Taylor and Drake London. Depends on your receiving core, but I would rather take Henry over JT and London probably. Just JT's hurt a little bit, so I don't know if his ankle injury, how severe it is. But
100%.
But Derrick Henry, you cannot go wrong with King Henry. All right, Havoc, contender or pretender?
That's a big one.
I think he's contending.
I'm gonna call him a contender.
He's got the most points.
Running backs in the league.
Most points on our side too, and he's 3-2, but with 588 scored against.
I mean, he was a little rough early on. I think he's won 3 so far.
I'll take Bijan from you, so
contender at this point in time.
All right. Docile, suffering back-to-back losses.
Unk. I don't know, man.
We'll
Unk might be a pretender.
I think he's a pretender. I think he started off hot. I think
might be a pretender out there. I mean, he's starting Najee Harris, Justice Hill in his flex. Like, he might be a pretender, man. The only thing that I see on his bench is what JT and Devontae. Devontae, I'd be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet if Devontae doesn't get off the Raiders, he ain't playing the rest of this year. I mean, you plug JT back in for Najee Harris, I guess. Take Justice Hill off the team. Go Najee in the flex. I mean, that's still pretending to me. I don't know. We'll have to wait to see.
Yeah, we'll see on that. We'll say that's the cutoff line. So we think Tamer and Havoc pretty secure for some playoff spots. Maybe 5 weeks in right now. Looks like the 4 of us pretenders are going to be playing for the last spot potentially. How about over on the community side? I mean, Aegon's highest scoring team in the entire league. Obviously, he's a contender.
Contending. Kicks, contending.
OBG Medic. He was actually
I'm still waiting to see.
He was actually, he actually wasn't doing good up to the last couple of weeks, but man, he put up so much points this week that I jumped him up in the second place in the overall points score.
I mean, it's not just this week. If I'm not mistaken, he went crazy last week too.
What is I'm saying? Yeah. Up until last week, the last 2 weeks.
Before he put up 140. This week he puts up 160.
Yeah, he has 300 points, over 300 points in the last 2 weeks. He's heating up.
That's ridiculous.
So I don't know, man. They might be locked in. I know Aaron's on his tail. My boy Piffin trying to make a comeback. Your boy Soap, aka Kana, trying to make something happen. Soap, let's trade, man. Let's trade, man. And then Dreamer, Mr. B, Piffin already trade, so it's only right that we should make a trade. I'm open. I'm always fucking open.
I'm waiting for Aaron to answer mine.
Yeah, Aaron. We're ending the stream.
Yeah, Aaron.
All right, we'll give a preview of next week's matchup. I have to go against my own Khan, Mr. B, me and Mr. B. Both of us a must-win game, and we have to play against each other. This one hurts, but I'm gonna have to put you down, even though I'm projected 25 points less as of this roster setup. I gotta check my bye weeks here. We got Docile going up against Soap. Docile's on his way down. Soap, I think you could pull off the upset here. Docile's, slipping away. He's lost 2 in a row. Soap, this is your time to step up and show everybody why you do really well in Dreamers League and why you are not gonna just fold in this league. We got
Aaron, I'm gonna throw you something else real quick.
We got Sick Kicks versus Havoc. Battle of 2 winning record teams. This will be a good matchup right here. I really wish it was Sick Kicks versus Tamer, but it is what it is. OBG Medic, he's been scoring a lot of points. It might be a chance for him to finally hand Tamer his first loss. It'll be a nice matchup there. Should be a high scoring game. We got Aaron versus Dreamer. Typically, I don't like trading against teams that I'm playing with that week, but we'll see how this trade goes through. If it goes through, we'll see. If these guys, somebody's gonna be a loser in this matchup, and they're gonna probably blame it on the trade. We got Defy versus Aegon's. Aegon's getting a bye week. Defy's gonna go back to doing Defy things now that he's beating me and Dreamer. Yeah. He's the least projected for the week. We'll see how that does for him. But yeah, that's all I had. I don't know if this trade's gonna go through, but I guess we'll have to just bring up the moments. Bring it up on the next show. You have anything else for us, Mr. Dreamer?
No. I mean, do we want to do a 3-team trade live? Do we want to cook one up live?
What you got?
I mean, Aaron said let's get a 3-teamer going with Soap. Soap's open for any trade. I'm open for any trade.
If I'm not in it, I don't want to be part of it.
You boys want to be the first ever full live trade. Hop in the Las Vegas Inferno room, and we'll do this live.
Well, you better make this shit quick, because if I'm not involved, I'm off. I'm in the stream. I'm out of here.
2 minutes. All right, cook something up, man. Cook something up.
You got 2 minutes to submit the trade and accept it.
Hey, he's gonna cook something up really quick.
I got things to do.
Yeah, we do have some things to do though. So
I got the waiver wire for 5 leagues. I gotta scout out.
Let's go ahead and stay active in the chat. Aaron and Soap, you guys pay attention to the chat right there. We're gonna go ahead and hop into the sleeper chat and make something happen if you guys want to. But I think it's about time. I know Bikey's probably going to get a stream in. I'm probably going to get a stream in. Bikey, go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, man.
Bikey Mount, all socials. You catch me there. Twitter. We stream on Kick. Sometimes on YouTube. Pretty much everywhere you find just Bikey Mount everywhere. How about you, Mr. Dreamer? Where can they find you?
Y'all know me, man. If y'all don't know me, y'all are, man. Nobody looks like me. You feel me? But, you can find me at Dream or Dream. I do stream on Kick. Shout out to Kick streaming. But I actually have a vlog drop soon. Pay attention to that.
Nice. Over on the YouTube. Are you Dreamer LV on YouTube too?
Yeah, Dreamer LV on YouTube. And if you're in the chat, go ahead and press on my name. I'll put an A in the chat right there. Bam, got him.
Bam, there he is. Make sure you sub to him.
That being said, I think that about rounds out what we're trying to do here this week. Pay attention. Remember, every week, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, the Inferno Hot Corner will be here on YouTube every Tuesday. Yeah, man. I mean, this has been Dreamer, of course, Bikey, and we appreciate everything you guys have been doing, man.
Thank you guys.
Make this possible every week. Shout out to our sponsors again, Raising Cane's, Paradox Customs, Shure, and ZipChair Gaming for making this possible. You guys have been watching the Inferno Hot Corner. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.